Hey, good Monday morning, my friends. I'm Live Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa here with the MLive morning weather update. And in the grand scheme of things, we have more spring-like weather, some true spring-like weather. I'll show that to you. Then we have wintry weather. We do still have probably the potential for some wintry weather. Now, today's going to be an interesting day. We have had clear skies overnight, calm winds. So the temperature rock bottomed. We're starting off earlier in the teens, even single digits in some places, but we get the full power of the early March sunshine today. And even though the thermometer will only go to 35-ish in a lot of places, it's going to feel warmer than that. So I'm starting off kind of backwards just to show you the story of the next couple of weeks. More spring-like than winter-like. And what does more spring-like mean? Southern half of lower Michigan, draw a line from Bay City to Ludington southward, you're going to have a lot of 40s, 50s, and 60s. There's a chance of even a 70 in the far southeast corner. I'll show that to you. Northern half of lower Michigan, you're looking at a lot of 35 to 55 degree afternoons, and in the UP you're going to start to get above the 35 into the 40 degree range. Let's see, we did have a question from Kathy Worley. What should we look for in Holly? Today you get the sunshine, and there's been in the forecast the chance of some rain tomorrow and brief freezing rain. It looks like that's going to be nixed with the latest data, so I will show that to you. Let's see. Good morning, Todd from Frigid Cadillac. Kyle says, bet a friend that there will be no more school days. Little gutsy there, Kyle. All right. Let's start off here. Just want to start off with the big picture. The 6 to 10 day forecast. That would come in next weekend. Strong chance of warmer than normal, and look at the southwesterly flow. Detroit for life. Is it possible cold return mid-month? Yes, because we'll be so warm, we could drop back to some days with highs in the 30s, but we'll get very tough to do that for a long stretch. Very tough to do that for 3, 4, 5 days in a row, and I'll show you as the average high temperatures are really going up. So there's your 6 to 10 day forecast. Then let's go to the 8 to 14 day, and it kind of reflects that, trending toward a little bit of a cool down, but at the same time our average high is going up. But still, March 9th to 15th projected to be warmer than normal. Look at the moisture swath. And then here's that 3 to 4 week forecast that was produced on Friday, and it says warmer than normal into March 27th, and look at where that signature of moisture is. You should get the idea. There will be storm systems coming from the west, southwest, and they'll have moisture. And here is the brand new March complete 30-day forecast produced on Saturday, and it's warmer than normal. And look at the bullseye of above normal precipitation. Now, that doesn't mean that it's going to be a total washout mud mess, but it means we have a strong chance of some significant moisture storm systems. Here I wanted to show you the surface temperature anomaly, so how far above, below, or near normal the temperatures are expected to be out 16 days. So we are going to go into quite a warming trend as we head toward the second half of the week and into the weekend. Peaks about Saturday. This is the weekend. This is Saturday, and this is showing temperatures running about 20 degrees warmer than normal. At that time, your normal high is 38 to 40, 20 degrees warmer than normal, gets you to around 60, and it's not a flash in the pan. Here's Sunday, and here's next Monday, and here's next Tuesday, and Wednesday, and by the time we get out to late next week, yeah, maybe we ease back to slightly colder than normal, so cold air is up there. and we will have to deal with it. Now, here's your surface. Deb Locke, is this weather showing should expect to plant our gardens a little earlier? By the way, there's an annoying little heart on this app that sits over your last words, so I can't really see. I don't know how to get rid of that dang heart. See, if I go like that, oh, wait a minute. No, it won't let me. Anyways, so sometimes I have a hard time seeing exactly a few of those words. Yeah, probably a little bit earlier than normal. Now, we're nixing the precipitation, looks like. So today is a beautiful sunny day. Here is tomorrow, and what has been trending is that everything dips to our south, and it's not real significant, but this is Tuesday night into Wednesday, complete rain south of us, and it shifts southward. So we may go into Thursday dry. This is Thursday afternoon, and then this is Thursday afternoon into evening when the storm system that will bring mild air our way kind of comes through in a couple of pieces. So we got a rain. It looks like, I would say, Thursday afternoon, Thursday night, all rain, above freezing in the mild flow, and then the main storm system comes our way on the weekend. This is Saturday. And does it get a full-blown warm front through? It's hard to say, but it will be certainly much warmer than normal. Now we're out into next week, and we get him back into the southerly flow, and by next Tuesday or Wednesday, we could have a cold front with thunderstorms coming through. And note, now when this gets out this far, we don't really don't believe it, but 10 days out, does it show a snow possible? It does, because it trends back to cooler than normal. I would say, Kyle Edmark, the snow days, you might be off. Time to hook up the rain barrel? Yeah, I would, because I don't think it could go, really long cold where something would freeze and crack. And plus you got some great rains here. So what I wanted to show you here is what is normal. We always have to keep track of what is normal, or better mathematical term is what is average. And remember, this is 30 of the last March 2nd. So our average high temperature today over the last 30 years, Ann Arbor's made it to 38 on average, Detroit 38, Kalamazoo 38, Grand Rapids, Lansing, Flint, Saginaw 35, 36 is the average now, and it goes up about a degree every 2 to 3 days because of the power of the sunshine. Traverse City, you're getting close. You're at the 32 degree mark for an average high temperature. Now let's just go a week. Let's go to next Monday and look at it. Grand Rapids and Flint and Saginaw Bay City, you were at 35, 39 by next Monday. So the Carmelita Tiffany, I would not turn on your outside water yet. No. No need for it, especially in this weather pattern. You're not going to need to water really any plants, I don't think. Let's go another week to the following Monday. And then we jump into the low 40s for Saginaw and Grand Rapids, and mid 40s for Ann Arbor and Detroit, and Traverse City is an average high of 40. Let's go to the end of March. 50 is the long-term average. Grand Rapids, Flint, Saginaw, 52 Ann Arbor, 46-ish in Traverse City, 40s, low 40s in the UP. So guess what we have now on our side for heading towards spring? We have the sunshine and its power. Today, maybe 40 in Kalamazoo, but otherwise pretty chilly, but with powerful sunshine, so it'll feel better than that on the skin. Now tomorrow, we're back to the 40s just about everywhere except for maybe Traverse City and along the water up to Charlevoix and Petoskey. Look at Wednesday. We're probably into the 50s. Thursday, 40s and 50s. Remember, any little wind shift in the afternoon off of one of the Great Lakes drops the shoreline temperatures into the 30s. We still got to battle that for several months. Here's Friday. Hey, let's all head to Kalamazoo for a party. Something like that. 61 degrees. But otherwise, you're well into the 50s. Maybe up to Traverse City, 50 degrees. Downtown Traverse City is tough, folks. I want to warn you about that because any little wind shift and there is 35, 40 degree water poised just hundreds of feet from downtown Traverse City. So always take a winter coat with you. Way better to be warmer than colder. This is Saturday. 60s in the south, 50s much of lower Michigan. This is Sunday in the 60s. This is Monday in the 60s. This is Tuesday, depending on how these storm systems track up. Oh, sorry. Thank you, Detroit for life. Let me readjust here. Yeah, it's Monday. It's definitely Monday here for me. All right, here we go. I got to go back. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. So here's today. It's chilly. It's chilly, but the power of the sunshine. So it'll feel better in the car. And you should be able to see it now. And then tomorrow in the 40s. And then Wednesday in the 50s. And then Thursday in the 40s and 50s. Friday we start to head towards 60 from I-94 southward. Ann Arbor and Detroit, you might make it to 60 degrees, otherwise 50s. Here's Saturday. Ann Arbor and Detroit and Kalamazoo and Jackson, you probably make it to 60. The rest of us flirt with it in the southern half. Here's Sunday in the low 60s. Here's next Monday in the low 60s. And by the way, what I'm showing you, so this is next Tuesday, 70, certainly possible, especially after several days in the 60s, but probably will get nixed on a northeast breeze. But the point is, we're heading in the way you want to be if you're ready for spring. Then Wednesday, the 11th, the 12th, and there are signs that we come back down. Very, very understandable, for us to say, oh yeah, we're done with winter. We'd have to have an extreme pattern, almost like the March 2012, and it does not look like that. And so we're out at the 15th and the 16th, and we'll certainly have some cold, but it's stops and starts as we head toward complete spring weather. Whenever that happens, sometimes that feels like it happens for about a day sometime before we head into summer weather. What I showed you was the European model ensemble. So that means when we saw 70 degrees out next Monday, 7-8 days from now, that was 51 iterations of the model, all averaging that. That's a pretty powerful statement. It can change, certainly, especially with a wind shift off of a cold Great Lake, but it's not just a one run that could be fluky type thing. So here's the total precipitation. Remember I showed you on the extendeds that they're expecting heavier than normal precipitation. Let's see, great week weather-wise to start March. Hopefully you'll be walking around sidewalks of Frankenmuth, maybe live forecasts in the streets. Yeah, we're getting close to that. Yes, definitely. So in through Thursday, all the precipitation staying to our south. Heavy at that. And then we go through the weekend, and the weekend does look off and on wet, and we could have ½ inch to inch. You get under a thunderstorm, you could be over an inch, and then a couple of storm systems next week out of the southwest with ample moisture. So this is the total rainfall forecast for the next 10 days, and the orange is 1 inch, and the darker orange, almost to red, is 2 and 3 inches. So we have some moisture on the way. Great news. I always root for an underdog that has been battered by winter, and that is our Michigan evergreens. They suffer in the winter because they're still trying to get moisture. They're still putting off moisture, and the snowfall is water that's not available. So when we get these March rains, that means what they call the candle on the pines can be bigger this year. It's building the candle now, and that means good growth. So it also means that you probably don't have to worry about a March watering of your pine trees. I like to do that if they've just been planted in the last year or two and starved for moisture in the winter. I like to do that. You could do that mildly. You could take a 5-gallon bucket, fill it up in the laundry tub, carry it out to your most sensitive, freshly planted evergreens. But otherwise, Mother Nature's probably going to do a much better job for you. Hey, there you go. There's your MLive morning weather update. Right now, there are no red flags as to any icy type weather. Keeping an eye on it. The Weather Service has been predicting 50% chance of a brief period of freezing rain tomorrow, and then it went to 40, and now their discussions are saying it might be staying in the south, and all of the data is showing that it's mostly staying in the south. So I do not think it's a concern at all. Your next concern is, what do you do when spring breaks and all of the yard work you have? Take care. Have yourselves a great day. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa.